Quiet stream this morning. Usually there's at least one message by the time the song ends, but apparently not today. Anyways, hello everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope all the silent people in chat are doing well. Oh boy, wait a minute. Okay, I'm seeing chat messages on the stream preview on OBS, but I'm not seeing any in chat itself. Give me a second. YouTube, what's going on? Okay, there we go. It's fixed. We're back in business, baby. All is well with the world. So what's going on here? That is a good question. I don't actually remember exactly what we were up to on the last stream. But what I do know is we're starting to reach the end of this playthrough, because we're going to have to get to the oil field and the oil refinery sometime today. Because they're basically the only industries left to connect and run to. Because I believe if we go over here, this car should be full. Yep, looks pretty full to me. And we've got enough pipes over here to load one or two of these. So, you know what we need to do. I think... Start by leaving that here. Hello, RJ. Hello, Robert. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Star Wars 6 Return of the Cat Cam. It was back last stream, she just didn't stay around for it to actually matter. Oh, here we are again. Oh, wait, no, you're not singing the song. Never mind. It's not Still Alive. Wait, no. That's not Want You Gone. I might have memorized that song as a kid. Good evening, Super Taco. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. What map is this? This is just Pine Valley. It's an old save that we had before Lake Valley came out. It's a hardcore map that I haven't finished testing yet. Is the cat on top of my PC? Yes, she is. She has a very good view outside the window. She likes sitting up there. It's well heated and it gives her a good view of the outside world. Which is important because she's going to have to be on the lookout for a package today. Can't wait for Star Wars 7, the sleep deprivations. Oh, don't worry, that was just today. TK. 6 and 7 got combined into one movie, don't worry. Um... Hello? Why doesn't it want to link? When did they add 3-point switches and how do you make them? They've been around for a really long time. It's literally just stub switch 3-way. Okay, there we go. That's better. I could sing, but the restraining order prevents me. What do you mean hardcore? I mean the industries are in very difficult to build to locations. They're not the worst places ever, but they're close. Hold on. Let me park this, we'll get her loading, and then I can show you. Actually, I can just show you right now. The smelter is off in this tiny little niche. The coal mine is at the very tippy top of this mountain. The logging camp is in a weird location on the original coal mine route. The iron mine's over there. Freight depot is a nightmare. I'm actually kind of afraid to try and build up here. Oil field down where the smelter is, because honestly that place is hard enough as is. Refinery up here in an awkward position that's not where the iron mine is. Logging camp is a fun one down there. So, it's hardcore in the sense that the industries are stupid hard to build to. Stop ranking things never, Eon. It is a requirement. It is my streams. Also, why did it start loading the middle car? I mean, it's not the worst thing for it to do, but... Durian is back. Yeah, she was back last stream, but she just decided not to stick around for whatever reason. But she's back. She's allowed back in the room. Watch your tender, it might be off, so if so, you'll get a lag spike. Don't be surprised if it goes wee. I mean, it's a really sharp, that's like an 18-meter curve over there. So I'm not surprised if the tender is off the tracks. But didn't they fix the tender derailing issues on this recently? I feel like I remember that being in a patch note. And besides, on the sharp curves, I take it slow, you know? I don't want to derail. I still derail. I'm really bad at this, but... Asked my classmate why she had a bandage on her finger, replied, cat. You know, Durian is actually pretty good. She doesn't claw us very often. The one time that I've been injured by her was when an air compressor went off out of nowhere, and it startled her so much that she just wanted to get off of my chest immediately and run and hide. And she kind of just clawed my chest horribly. But that's like the only time she's really injured me. Actually fixed or Railroads Online fixed? Actually fixed, actually fixed. It doesn't derail anymore. Can confirm. It's been around for a few updates and I haven't had the tender derail at all, unless the entire train was derailing. Look at that! Look at that tender bounce around. Oh god, I really shouldn't be using an 18-meter curve, but it's also hilarious to see that happen. Oh, what the? Well, it's not completely off the rails. Okay, now it is. Why the heck? Why the heck did the black car derail? The tender was supposed to be the thing coming off the tracks, and it's still on the tracks, kind of. Okay, maybe the 18-meter curve was too much. Hello, King. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. You came just in time. I think we're gonna have to re-rail this thing the full way. Nope. Wrong way. Bam. When you buy an HO scale model train and the manufacturer requires to have 21-inch curves, but you only have 18-inch. Me with all my 130 stuff going with a 15-inch radius curve, even though they say that you should have 18 minimum. Wait, was the handbrake on that whole time, or did I just turn that on? I can't remember. I think I just turned it on, but I might be dumb. Real footage of me trying to fit a GS4 on my 18-inch curves. You know, that reminds me, speaking of 18-inch radius, fun fact, there is a location here in Portland that actually has curvature that, if you were in HO scale, would translate to 18-inch radius. It's down by the river, down by the steel bridge. There's this one grain elevator that has this super sharp curve on it, and basically they just run a tiny little what is it? Just a car mover, and maybe some freight cars at the same time. It's excellent. It's a lot of fun. I know that exact curve exactly. It's really easy to spot on. It's a fun little curve. Me and my friend Lime can't figure out how to pronounce your name. How are we supposed to say it? Stir. Like a stir stick. The funniest way I've ever heard somebody try and pronounce it was steer, but there's also staircase. Also, this freight car really doesn't like existing today, huh? What the heck is it doing? Apparently this thing just wants to do a wheelie today. You know, maybe I should fix the 18-meter radius before we try and leave town. Always calls you stir when he's texting me. Doesn't even capitalize the S. Doesn't even capitalize the R, probably, either. 0 to 10. Pronounce it as starret without the et. Interesting. Again, the craziest thing I've heard is when somebody kept calling me steer and another person kept calling me staircase. So. What the heck? Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna risk it this time. I'm just gonna put the train over here, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fix the curve because this keeps happening, and this is not good. Pin. I think I'm gonna start calling you bookshelf. It's basically this exactly, Aeon. Exactly. It's 100% the same thing right there. Just like how vending machine happens to be the same. Durian's chasing her own tail. Hold on. It's because she's got a piece of tape on it that she wants to remove. I tried removing it last night, but she didn't want to let me stick around and do it for her. She just kept getting irate. Look at her go. Just constantly spinning in circles. Alright, there we go. This should do the trick better. Wanted to get it off you, kitty. Come on now. She really doesn't like me trying to do it, even though she really doesn't like it being on. I have an old HO scale locomotive with the same wheel arrangement as that locomotive. It's like from the 80s. It's the only locomotive that derails on my main line, and they're 20-inch curves. All my other locomotives are fine, even my big boy. That's interesting. A 260? Because a 260 should totally be able to handle 20-inch curves. Try doing it when she's facing away and not looking. Problem is, if I do that, she's just curious about why I'm pulling something off of her tail, and she gets annoyed. Trust me, I have tried. She doesn't like it. What the... Okay, this curve is just cursed, apparently. Doesn't matter even if I fixed it or not. Good lord. I just want to get this done so that we can move on to, like, running up and down the valley and trying to build the connection to the refinery into the oil field. I think the coupling height differences in grid on tight curves are definitely better suited for the Porter. Honestly, I think the Porter would have still struggled with all this. That was specifically string lining. It's because I put too much power into the locomotive all of a sudden on the sharp curve. Lionel's releasing an Erie triplex superset with their new Vision Line triplex. $3,600 set, but I want it so bad. Y'all are out here doing this, and I'm like, I might custom build a locomotive, and it's $500, and that's way too much money for me. Y'all have ambitions way harder than I do. What do you think is coming next for Railroads Online? Do you think a new engine, new rolling stock, or new map? I don't get my hopes up. Often I find the best way I can enjoy a game is by not hyping myself up by trying to predict what's coming, but just enjoying whatever comes whenever it arrives. So, I don't really know, and it's not something I really think about. Oh gosh, I feel a sneeze incoming. Ah! Ow. That hurt. Oh, seems Kidder is gone. Tell me why O scale is so much more expensive, like I'm not paying 2K to 5K for a one locomotive. I can buy my O2 Camaro or even parts for that much. The reason O scale is so expensive is because it's so much more detailed than other scales, and also it's much heavier and there's much more materials. So generally speaking, it costs more to manufacture, and also the manufacturers just want to make more money off of it. You can pick up some pretty good locomotives for cheap, though, from what I've heard. I've heard you can grab, like, a pair of F units for $200 DCC and sound. They don't look the best, but they help sort of start your fleet and know, you know? Gotta love the first thing you hear joining a stream is, I feel a sneeze incoming. Blah! Stir's entire model train collection is worth like 2 of my engines. Dak, I think you underestimate how much I've spent on N-scale, first of all. And second of all, when it comes down to just money, yeah, but when it comes down to subjective value, I would argue that I might have more than 2. After all, I got Snickerdoodle. I do know you can get a really cheap and very good detailed Santa Fe F units from Menards. Yeah, I think it was a Menards engine. Sounds about right. The one video I saw on it was of 2 UP units. Back-to-back A units. They weren't very pretty, and you could see the headlights through the plastic, but seems like a decent way to get into O-scale for cheap. But then again, I also picked up, or my father picked up, a 060 switcher in O gauge once. And that thing was like $80. It wasn't much. Admittedly, we got it used, but what's your opinion on Hornby 00 scale? I don't think about 00 very often because it's not a common scale here in the US. So I have no opinion. I see it a lot on British YouTube channels, and that's about all I know about it. Sometimes it shows up, and that's it. Probably spent around 300 pounds, around 360 on 16mm scale models. That's probably the least amount of money that we've ever heard anybody on this channel spend on trains. Kudos to you, man, for actually sticking to budgetary restrictions. It's really common in Britain. Well, that would explain why I don't know much about it, because it's not in the US. Gainsborough Model Railway, one of the finest O-scale layouts in the UK, is pretty much entirely stocked by locos made from cardboard. That's nice. That's excellent, honestly. I've been considering making a custom locomotive for a while now. You guys might have seen it on the Discord last night. That little 040 idea. Similar to what Rascal posted. I think if I retire, I'm gonna go to 7.5-inch gauge live steam. Maybe build an Allegheny or a PRR H8. Good luck with that, man. No easy task. I've only got 2 locos and a few items of rolling stock. Honestly, that is the responsible thing to do. I'm not responsible. Though admittedly at this point I'm probably only going to get one more engine, and that is the 040. And that's going to be a far-off project at this point in time, so... Which I've left you a voice message on your Discord server in general, and I did please don't ping me during live streams. Like, pings should be reserved for actually, like, super important stuff. Like a crisis in the family, a package arriving, or something I need to deal with. So please do not ping me on the Discord unless it is like an emergency and somebody's raiding the server while I'm streaming. Thank you. There's some nice single truck shays floating around. I've seen a few on Shapeways in ON18. Those things look so goofy, just with 2 cylinders and 4 wheels. A lot of people joining all of a sudden. Hello, Yvette, Joel, and Wes. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Also, hello, HO. Well, missed one. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. You're not responsible? Then what does that make me? Insane? Dak, we already knew that. Absolutely, 100%. Alright, finally leaving the ironworks. I think I'm gonna bring this over to the sawmill, and from there I'll start work on getting down to the valley. Want to know something really cool I did today? I crashed my... That's not cool. That's concerning. That sounds like a lot of insurance trouble. Explain what the hardcore map is to new I'm one of them. Like, are you only allowed to use small cars? Didn't we show off what the hardcore map is earlier? Like, I opened the map and showed where the industries are. The industries are just in really unfair locations, for the most part. Some of them are reasonable, most of them are not. And it's good fun, if you want a challenge. Alright, Caboose is still on the back. I don't think we string lined yet. We're good. We're good. Unfair industry locations? You? Never! I'm shocked and appalled. Oh, don't worry. They are the, This is the map with that horrible freight depot placement. Wonder if they'll ever update the rolling stock sound loops so they are just the same 3 seconds of audio. I don't mind it personally. I mean, it would be nicer, but I feel like we got bigger priorities to worry about, and it's not really a problem in the first place, but maybe that's just me. Map with the horrible freight depot placements. Yeah, like that narrows it down. All your industry placements are horrible. Overland, if you don't know the map with the horrible freight depot placement, then you have not seen all my maps. Unfamiliar with the Discord, is it free to join? Yes, the Discord is free to join. There are some secret channels that are for channel members and whatnot. That's paid, but there's a bunch of free channels too. Link in the description. We have model rating chat. We have screenshots chat for like games and whatnot. Got a good amount of active modelers posting random pictures of what they've done. It's good fun. Completely forgot Friday streams or anything. Don't worry, I did too. Totally didn't wake up an hour before the stream due to a random alarm I had set myself 3 weeks in advance. Having to see the huge 9-inch computer fan I found today. I wonder how... Can I get this stupid heart thing to go away? Does anybody know how to make this little heart in the lower right-hand corner of my stream chat, and it's not going away at all? How do I get this to leave? I want to be able to read chat. Okay, there we go, got it. I wonder how many people could use one to cool their entire PC. Well, I did not see the 9-inch fan, no. Would it still be possible to upgrade a PC that runs on Windows XP, like be able to install Windows 10 or 11? I would doubt that would be possible. The Windows XP is kind of old and Windows 10 is kind of new. I hate it, I just ignore it. See, the thing for me is I can't ignore it because it gets in the way of the chat and I'm trying to read all the messages and I can't read them because the heart gets in the way. But I figured it out. I just used a tool to remove elements from the page. I love how you just chuck in one log. Like, you've been a good chooch. Having dreamed. You've done me proud, boy. Keep it up. Here is your reward. It's not junk, it's just obsolete. Exactly. Like, Windows XP does still have its uses to a niche audience. But if you wanted to try and upgrade it, yeah, that wouldn't exactly work. Blue Train with Friends Exploring Sodor? Doubt Stir would ever play that. Don't think he's at all a Thomas and Friends fan. I watch videos occasionally, but it's not really my cup of tea. You're absolutely correct. Also, we're totally going to derail on this curve. Kinda went into that a little faster than I meant to. That's fine. It's okay. We'll leave the train like this. I don't need to worry about that. That's something for future Stir to fear. Windows XP has some huge security holes and is only 32-bit. Also, it's no longer supported by Microsoft, which also means any software that runs on it is also no longer supported. Honestly, I once pulled out my old Windows XP machine just so I could play Lionel 3D Ultra Train Town and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Alright, so here's the challenge. The refinery is over this way. Somewhere. And gets launched to the other side of the map by hitting a tree at the wrong angle. The refinery. Gosh, this terrain is so hard to get through. Is over near where the iron mine is, but it's below the iron mine. You know, I could have just teleported here. We're doing this the fun way. There it is. Off in the distance. In the hardest location to build. Well, okay, maybe not the hardest location, but it's definitely tough to build in because the refinery happens to be in a very awkward placement. So... blew up my friend's phone speaker with an 18 kilobyte video. Nice. Earlier today, I finally got my main line hooked up, but found out my controller only puts out 12 volts, which isn't enough to put power out to the whole line. Then one of my older friends, Kim, came in clutch and delivered a 70s Tyco controller that somehow spits out 18 volts. Finally, after a full year of work, I can run trains on my main line. Nice, nice. really nice with the river going through a tiny gap. It is really nice. The problem is that it's really hard to build down there because there's nothing to build to, and it's basically just the river, and it's horrible. Like, it looks great, but there's nothing for you to do down here to actually see the cool stuff. PC's a compact Presario SR5710Y. It's Windows Vista, but it has 3 gigabytes of memory, 250 gigabytes hard drive, an AMD Athlon X2 4450E dual-core processor, and an NVIDIA GeForce 6150 SE graphics card. I don't even recognize that graphics card. Admittedly, like, I've only recently gotten to the computer stuff, but... That is, that is old. Stop reminding me I have to work on your Railroads Online save. Never. What angle did I put this industry at? I legitimately don't remember. I'm hoping it's this. Oh yay, the fun platforms. Exactly! These platforms are so much fun to build, honestly. I love doing this. Actual switching in my Railroads Online, it's more likely than you'd think. Oh, maybe this was supposed to be set at 80. Whoops. Oh, whatever. I despise that industry with every single mill ounce of matter in my body. Jeez, what's with the hate for the refinery? It's just the endgame industry, guys. What's the problem with it being a little more difficult than usual? The heck? Surprised you don't use the bare earthwork instead of the rails for the underneath of the buffers. I don't use the bare groundwork because, like, it's honestly just way too hard to build with and line it up. So instead I just use the rails because they're super easy to do. Okay, maybe I need a sharper curve. Let's go for 30 meters. Do it for 15-meter length. Pray that we can fit in the switch. Okay, perfect. Perfect. See, I get rid of my PC, but my dad is stubborn and it's unbelievable. He's like, it still boots up so it works. It takes 30 minutes to get to the home screen. That is not a computer you want to keep using. Yikes. If your dad's still requiring that, he really doesn't understand why people like the convenience of a computer. Works does not necessarily mean good. No, it wouldn't be appropriate for the time, but what if we used custom signs for the mile markers and control points so that we could contact CTC for track and time rights? Appropriate for the time, no, but also not really appropriate for the scope and scale that most multiplayer sessions in this game have, you know? Like, yeah, I don't think you're ever really going to have enough players to need that level of detail. How am I going to get the tracks to line up correctly? Oh, I think I know how. Never mind. There we go. Did see some discussion on Steam about adding switching towers, but now a centralized dispatch. I really... Interesting that people were discussing that, but it really doesn't seem like the sort of thing this game needs, in my opinion. I guess like a centralized dispatcher on a super large session would make sense, but you need to have like the full 16 players before you got a dispatcher, you know? What the heck did I just lay? Oops. Well, that's totally not gonna cause any derailment, guys. We'll be fine here. We'll be safe. Parents are the same age, but they're nothing like your dad, thankfully. No, my father is much more open to technology. Admittedly, it's taken him a while to some degree, and but he's not limiting me. I don't need to use a Windows XP machine. Okay, so, it'll be fine, no derailments, he says. Same guy who just derailed 6 times earlier on stream. That's the joke, man. You don't need to say it out loud. Am I the only one to have OCD whenever any track on the yard is the same height as all the other tracks? I have OCD in that case, but the thing is, my definition of what a yard is, it isn't really the same as what other people might consider a yard to be. For me, a yard has to be something with a lot of tracks. This industry doesn't qualify for a yard. It's too simple. It's way too small. I qualify a yard like once you get past 6 tracks in a destination, all in a row. Or maybe 3 tracks, I don't know. But it's like a designated location for car storage. So, I wouldn't really call this a yard so much. So, his little curve down is definitely jank. Hello, JHR. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I think let's go for 92.5 meters. Throw down a switch. Actually, wait, no. Throw down 2 switches, but with the thing on the other side. Plop that connection down. Over here, we'll throw in a quick and dirty turntable, just in case. I don't think we're going to need one, but it's healthy to have them around just for safety's sake. Fuck. Just been interested in doing in-op sessions with mixed freight and switching, specifically with 7.5 gauge IRL because it's so tangible. So, I don't think anybody's going to have 7.5 inch gauge. I mean, you do mention Train Mountain, but that would be one heck of a trip just to do some operations with some people online. Why can't I link? There we go. Okay, never mind. We got it. Kind of. Emphasis on kind of. Do I need to do this again? Okay, there we go. Perfect. It's an industry. Industrial railways were never perfect. There was an ironworks with a 4-way point. Exactly. Industries are typically sloppier and a little more of a challenge to work with. But a 4-way switch? What the heck kind of operations do they have going on there? Jeez. Fun fact, there was a railroad out west that made the most powerful steam locomotive switcher in the world. I forgot what railroad, but it was at 010O. I feel like an 010... I mean, I guess it's a dedicated steam switcher, but... I feel like more powerful engines would have been used for switching at one point or another. Wait, this is gonna be so low compared to the loading dock. What the heck? That's gonna be fun. There's an 010O switcher built for the Union Pacific For the Union Railroad, sorry, not the Union Pacific. 90,000 pounds of tractive effort plus an additional 17K available from the tender booster. Jesus. I mean, hey, sometimes that's what you need, especially for a railroad like the Union Railroad. That one's a fun one to look into. Isn't it still in operation? Like doing some smeltery stuff out in Philadelphia or something like that? Moving around steel and stuff? I feel like I've heard about that railroad before. See like twice as many viewers as like, hit the button, people. You know, it's really funny because I also get to see just how many individual viewers have popped into the stream. We've had 73, and we still somehow only have 8 likes. Classic live stream moment there. Alright, and that is the refinery finished. Now, can we keep this at a 50-meter curve and avoid this hill? Okay, I think we can. It's just going to have to be a slight gradient of some kind. Either 1 or 0.5%. A 0.5% clears it. Okay, okay, we're good. Yeah, do the thing, y'all. Exactly. This is the call to action, everybody. Commit engagement. Do you need a bit of wall underneath the switch lever? This is a save where I don't really care about making things look perfect and pretty. It's just a playtest save, you know? Like, I could do it, and I probably should, just for the sake of making it look nice, but at the same time, I'm just testing, man. I'm just Tesco's. Morning/night, y'all. After 2 weeks of fear, I'm finally in the amateur coding event. Nice, nice. Sunday, we must be ready to present our infrastructure rail maintenance surveys with drones. Hope you're having a good stream, making trains in Blender as you're playing in the background. Nice, nice. What kind of trains are you making, man? So far, it's been pretty good. Kind of forgot to eat breakfast, though. So my stomach is starting to hate me right now. But aside from that, been good fun. Been good fun. Had like 70 derailments. Imagine they'd introduce oil burners that you can refuel by delivering the oil barrel that you collect from the refinery. Oil burners were introduced at the beginning of the 1900s. That could be fun. Though I feel like we might also just see like a diesel locomotive at that rate, you know? I mean, I guess diesel isn't oil, but... You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see the Hawaii Railway number 5, as I've mentioned like 70 times. That'd be cute. Tiny little oil burner. I did not know the U.S. once had Tesco. Did the U.S. have Tesco? It's just sort of what I thought of on the spot. I have a British friend I play Splatoon with a good amount. And, I don't think he mentions Tesco's often, but for some reason it has stuck with me. Forgot to eat breakfast? Are you sure it wasn't? Oh, heck, it's 1:45 and I got a stream followed by swiftly getting out of bed and getting the stream set up. No, I had an hour to set up the stream. I actually got breakfast out. I just completely forgot to eat it. I have it right here. I am diligent about making sure that I have food, just not diligent about making sure that I eat it at a reasonable time. Let's see. Can we clear this hill with the 50 meter? We totally can. So we'll start here at 22.2 meters. Still want smelter upgrade to use coal. I know, right? Please, just give us something more to use the coal for. I don't want to run more cordwood. At this rate, I feel like I'm getting gaslit into liking the cordwood runs because I've been considering building bulkhead flats for the ON30 model railroad. Making one of those very early electric locomotives that still have connecting rods. Ooh, fun. NCP cab forward number 21 was actually converted with her pickle car stylish tender to burn oil, and yes, she's one of the choo-choos I want to see in game. Well, wasn't it one of the ones that they actually showed off at some point? I feel like because it's one of a kind, it wouldn't really be a great addition to the game, I'm not gonna lie, but it is a funny little story of how they turned her into a cab forward because of the wreck. I hate Mondays. That's gonna clip into the hill. I could go for 40 meters. I'm gonna go for 40 meters. I'm gonna compromise. Just struck a diamond, baby. What, are you playing Minecraft right now? I need to play some more sometime soon. I haven't played in a minute. Maybe I should start a series. Maybe I should do some sessions here on stream. Alright, 52.5 meters. Technically, there's only one Montezuma, Muska, Glenbrook, and others. I guess they could bend the rules a smidge. Well, there were multiple models. There were technically only one of each of those locomotives with those names, but when it comes down to the actual locomotives, more than one of these were produced, you know? And they were standard productions by various manufacturers. Compare that to a random locomotive that got in one wreck and they tried an experiment that turned out it didn't work and they eventually wound up just scrapping it completely because it wasn't worth their time. It's a very different situation between the two locomotives, you know? Or not between the two locomotives, but between a one-of-a-kind engine that was built out of some very weird circumstances and engines that were made in multiples. "18-inch gauge lines at Royal Arsenal Woolwich had some single-cylinder oil-powered locos." Now that's interesting. Like single-cylinder as in... God, I remember when we had the little issue on the Discord server once. As in one per side or just one period? Doing some create mod stuff, trying to get to the nether so I can make a tree farm. Oh, hold on, I've got a ping on Discord. I swear to God, if it's in the... Oh, no, it's on another server. Okay, okay. Turns out it is somebody's birthday today. I'm not entirely sure whose birthday it is, but it is somebody's. Say happy birthday. I don't know who they are. I didn't bother checking thoroughly. It's mine, believe. Okay, maybe it's two people's birthdays today. Hello, Fridge. Welcome to the stream and happy birthday, man. There you go. You're gonna get all the wishes from chat now, and maybe wishes from people who watch the stream after it's finished. She posts pics of the trains I recently made using Create in Minecraft. One is based on East Broad Top number 12, and the other is UP number 119. The one at the Golden Spike ceremony. I'd post the trains I've built, but it's been a hot minute because I haven't touched the Minecraft server ever since we had the problem with somebody blowing up somebody else's base, and we still can't determine who actually wound up doing it. So I haven't touched the server because I just don't want to play because I don't feel like joining one where I know somebody's willing to grief like that. Congratulations on this, the date of your manufacture. You got a builder's plate somewhere? It's just called a birthmark. Oh god, wait, no. That's just made me come up with another horrible pickup line. Baby, are you a steam locomotive? Because let me see that builder's plate. Also, does anybody remember when I mentioned I was going to tell a bad pickup line to my girlfriend before I told you guys? Well, the good news is I had an opportunity to tell her the bad pickup line. The bad news is I didn't remember it. I don't actually know what the pickup line was going to be, and I forgot to write it down like a dummy. So... Hey baby, is it steamy in here? Because this big boy is firing on all 4 cylinders. It's a good one. And that's an excellent one. Let me see. I did send one, though, that was really... Where is it at? Where is the horrible microwave one? Baby, I'm a frozen meal. You can take me home, heat me up, and eat me. You're welcome, chat. You're welcome for that very, very, very horrible mental image. Don't have around and end up single now. I'm not worried about that. We usually send each other these horrible lines just as a sort of way to pass the time and have some good fun just joking around with each other. Call me Little Caesars the way I'm on ready. That's a good one. I'm stealing that. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and jot that down on Notepad. Stealing that. 100% stealing that one. Okay, so we're reaching the difficult bridge point. This is everybody's favorite bridge over the middle of nothing in the middle of nowhere that is really hard to do for no reason. So, wish me luck. I don't know why I see a lot of people doing this, though. I mean, it's a good place to build a bridge, but at the same time, I feel like everybody's done it on the vanilla save. Also, I think chat isn't scrolling for me. I have to refresh my page again. Hooray. Bridge over it with the new bridge type. Well, the problem with the new bridge type is you can't curve it. And so you have to make... If you're going to bridge over it with the whatchamacallit, you have to be very careful that you line it up correctly. I think that'll do. Let's give it a go. Hello, Goose. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. You do have to use walls in between the bridge sections. Like hell, I'm gonna do that. I don't want to spend 5 years just testing out the track. Because the point of this save isn't necessarily to challenge myself. I already have done that a million times. I mean, yes, it is to challenge myself, but not necessarily visually, you know? Specifically here, just to challenge myself operationally. So, we'll just leave a floating sky bridge for other people to get annoyed by. I mean, you could use steel bridges, not at this height. It's so high off the ground that steel bridges do not reach the floor. I've built this bridge like 7 times. Trust me, I know my clearances. I know what works and doesn't. I think I'm gonna have to... I could make a Y here, actually. I can totally make a Y. Never mind. I was gonna not make a Y, but I'm realizing that I think I can. You can, but you need to place false bridges lower down than use stone walls to hide the floating supports. Exactly. You basically just have to make a multi-level bridge. It's possible, but that doesn't mean it's easy, and I would rather not have to spend another 4 hours trying to build a bridge. I've done that many times before, and I would rather not. It's good enough. It's hidden by the trees. You won't notice. I mean, you guys will totally notice. You're the kind of people who would rag on me for 5 years about such a small detail, but I won't notice, and that's what matters. Can't suffer if you just ignore the pain. And it looks like there will be a slight grade here, but that's okay. That is perfectly fine with me. Alright, boys, we've connected to the refinery. Not exactly what we need to do, because we actually need to connect to the oil field, but we've connected to the refinery. I'll turn this into a Y soon enough. The route I'm making to the iron mine route is going to be absolute hell. Absolute hell for the operator or for the person who's building it? Both, yes. Ah, so the best kind of, hell. The kind where everybody suffers no matter what point in time you're at. Hell on wheels, or, in fact, wheelie bad hell. Badum-tish. Somebody cheese that man. Oh, for heaven's sake, of course the cat cam is not working correctly. Come on. Come on, computer. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think we've cut all the trees along the route. Which means... which could mean that it's time to run the freight train, but I don't think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll wait until I'm ready to go to the oil field before I start worrying about that. cat's not around, do we get a hat cam or a mat cam? No, you get a train cam. We'll get Snickerdoodle up here, and we'll get her a 9-inch radius circle just to run her around. So she has something to do. Alright, come on now. I can climb this hill, alright? It's not that steep. There we go, there we go. Much better. Let's go ahead and do 16 meters this time. Follow that up with a bridge type 2. Let's build that out 42.5 meters. Oh, it needs a type 3. I can't place a type 2. Okay, well. Lay it out at 42.5 meters. Okay, maybe 42.5 meters wasn't enough. I'm not sure. How high up off the ground is... Oh, it's got a little bit more to do. We'll probably... Let's go for 40... No, let's go for 50. 50 this time. Hello, Radium. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. .0. There we go. Perfect. Less perfect. That's a problem. Maybe I don't want to be going down at 2% this early on. I think I can probably fix this. I think I can get this to a comfortable 1%. Let's try it. $15 meters flat. Steel bridge at 50. Bonk. Donk. Gotta love making weird random noises just to pass the time. While intentionally avoiding the bad puns in chat because reasons. Should you let the highest paying members join and build? Speed? No. Unless somebody wants to pay extra. But this is a save that I'm doing solo. Stop calling me Shirley. I've never actually seen that movie, but I love quoting that line. It's so much fun. Durian seems to be indecisive right now. She just walked into my room after having walked out a few minutes ago after she had walked in, gone on both cat cams, and then proceeded to leave. Durian is very indecisive today. Cats are surely among the animals of all time. Exactly. And she's just leaving again. Why does she... Why can't she just stay put for 5 minutes? I mean, then again, it's kind of like me. Short attention span. Just got back from doing the dishes and realized tomorrow is homecoming. Give me all the bad pickup lines. Gotta get them to my friend who I challenged to use this one. Oh god, I'm trying to remember what ones we have. Of course there's the bear trap one. The bear trap one I feel like is just the best. Just give him the bear trap and we're set for life. How bad do you want Eon? We're going for the worst of the worst. Have you heard the bear trap one? Do I need to state it again on stream? I probably shouldn't. I'll get demonetized at that rate. What is the bear trap? I'm not sure you want to know, man. If you don't know, maybe it's bliss that you don't. Oh, that is a very good one, Eon. That is very, very good. I'm stealing. I am copying and pasting that and putting it in my document of bad pickup lines. Alright, can I might need to do another bridge. Man, this route is so hard to make. Example, I overheard two girls talking about their monthly thing in summer camp on total accident, so yeah, I don't think a pickup line would beat that. I think a pickup line would beat that, honestly. I'll be totally honest, that doesn't sound too bad. Weird, maybe, but not quite as questionable. Some of the lines we have all come up with here on this channel. That's great, but I don't think a nerdy blonde-haired 15-year-old like him is gonna have the confidence to use that. TK, you could use it. Let's see, what other good ones do I have? Did I write any others down to quickly mention? Oh yes, I jotted down a Vinny Horse show GF at like 5 a.m. once. Do any of you guys know the acid trip of a video game that is My Horse Boyfriend or whatever it's called? I don't remember. The beautiful masterpiece of a game. I don't remember exactly what the name is, but it's like a mobile visual novel. I see that some people have not heard about this glorious, glorious abomination. There's this one really great clip of Vinny from Pine Sauce playing the game for the first time, or seeing a clip of it or something. And the horse comes on screen and he just screams "what" at the top of his lungs in the best way possible. Sounds like it could either be very weird or it could have the greatest dialogue of all time. There will be no in between. Don't worry, it's both. It is an abomination, and I love and loathe it in the best way possible. Heard of horse girls, but never horse boys. Hold on, let me... You know what? Maybe this is something I have to look up and show you guys. Because... it's titled My Horse Prince. Oh my god. This is so bad. Oh my lord. Even better yet, don't worry. This image is low quality, so you don't even get to see it in its full form. There you go, chat. Enjoy. Enjoy this nightmare. I had to see this, and your eyes must bleed much like mine. You are welcome, chat. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream. You joined at the worst possible moment. There you go, everybody. My Horse Prince, a visual novel that you can download on your phone. that better they're worse than How to Full Boyfriend? I don't know that one, and I'm not gonna look it up on stream just yet, just in case. I will look it up, but... Oh, I totally mistyped that. Oh my god, that looks... You know what? I kind of want to play that game, Eon. Now that I know that exists, I kind of want to download that and do a live. We'll do that for a charity stream. The pigeon dating simulator. That's cursed, but it could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse, but it could have been Phoenix Wright Ace Christian. The best fan fiction known to man. I was expecting much worse than that. It could have been much worse, admittedly, but the one reason I love this and I constantly remember it is because of that one reaction video where somebody just screams, "What?" as soon as they see it, and immediately close the game, basically. I don't think they closed the game, actually, but it is still... The "what" is legendary. I think one of the most cursed things that I've seen... Remember how we were talking about Thomas the Tank Engine earlier? I remember seeing a video titled, James finds Twilight sad and alone in the snow, and it was just some depressing music playing over an image in the, just some still images of these characters. It was glorious. Unfortunately, the video's been taken down. But... No, unfortunately for me, because it means I can't mock it any further. Had an event at school today that required we wear our uniforms. Classmate of mine I was talking to was swapping her high heels for regular sports shoes, and me going into thinking mode makes me lock my eyes in usually the worst spots ever. Turns out looking down while you're talking to a girl who's swapping her footwear out while wearing skirts is something my luck can do. Worst thing from the Thomas the community that is hated is Thomas and the Preggy Club. Don't worry, that's hated in every community. And it's a part of every community. It is weird. Kane Fan 701 and Mohawk Knot Mountain are worse than Phoenix Wright Ace Christian? Oh boy. That is a very high standard to hold a fanfiction to. I blanked out. What is this about? You don't want to know, Radium. You don't want to know. Don't worry about it. Just keep blanking out. It'll be fine. We don't need to worry about it at all. You know what? Changing the subject. Actually, there is something to change the subject to that I wanted to mention earlier in the stream, and I just kind of have forgotten to. So now is an ample time to pull that back out. There is going to be something coming in the mail today. We actually got something in the mail yesterday, but there's something coming today, too. And it is a pilot truck for a locomotive. Well, sorry, not a truck. Sorry, my bad. Just a pilot in general for a locomotive, replacing a cow catcher. And hopefully, it means that we are going to be able to get the Lambton Port Cairney's first locomotive finished sometime soon. TM. Because we basically finished the way it's supposed to look. We just haven't finished the, a few tiny little details. So we're getting that today. Okay, there's the tree. Thank God, I was going to be very annoyed if that tree didn't delete itself. Oh, I just realized we're going to have to run oil. Ah, boy. If I'm sticking to this tanker, the small cars only, I'm going to have to use the tiny tankers to climb up and down this hill. This is going to be a nightmare. Don't need to see the stuff he has outside of YouTube. He's back, but with a different username. I feel like that happens a lot in communities. Is people who have been ousted for being weirdos and whatnot just keep coming back. I've seen it happen a lot in Splatoon. There were a surprising amount of people who get called out for being creeps and then wind up playing in tournaments because people care less about the community's safety and more about being able to get good results. Okay, I think I'm going to have to turn this bridge to the left first, and then we'll whip it back around to the right. Start out at 80 meters. Don't call it people in the community and post or quote retweets, though. I've never been one for canceling people. I don't either, mostly because I don't follow the competitive stuff in Splatoon particularly, but like it's really creepy to imagine somebody who is actively a predator is just around without any questions asked. Like, seriously? We still have these kinds of people in our communities? Like, don't be a freak. Don't be that kind of person. That's the kind of person I'd call out. But I need to be a little more careful with my super speed. Mohawk and Kane aren't that bad, they just make some questionable fan art. Oof. That just means they should probably stick to their niche. I'm a furry, I'm kind of desensitized to that sort of thing. I'm not. I mean... not a furry. That's debatable. But, not a, I'm definitely not desensitized to that sort of thing. It's, it is creepy, it is weird, and I don't stand for that sort of stuff. We are really high up off the ground. I'm not sure we're going to be able to make it down at 2%. So at least people get so angry at other Thomas fans for having a different political view. That's the type of canceling I hate. I know other fans will hate me for my opinions and views, but like my mates have said, you can't cancel someone for that or tell other people they can't talk to that person. Let's not get political here at all. Just don't. Let's not even allude to this sort of stuff right now, because otherwise we're just going to get into nasty territories with differing views, and I don't want to do that on the channel. Because I know I would go off if given the opportunity. So let's put a can on that conversation. Needed people to know before they encounter it. Yeah, you really didn't. Honestly, people are going to like know about that sort of stuff in general. Like people should be smart and recognize that this is the world we live in. So just no talking. Maybe that's another thing I need to add to the list of banned discussions. Though I probably should have added that a while ago. Better conversation, where the heck am I going to store the 3-foot diameter cardboard UFO as given by my classmates? On the roof! Make it a Halloween decoration. Oh wait, we actually made it to the bottom? Hold on. Hold on, is this... Oh, we're actually... Okay, okay. I didn't realize we were going to make it down. I thought we were going to be a little too high up off the ground. But rain? Well, that'll just make it into even more of a horror element as it melts away. Alright. We have made it to the oil field, boys. This is gonna be a nightmare. Talk about how passenger car number entries don't get any smaller no matter how many characters you enter in Studio. Yeah, it's not just passenger cars, Overland. That's the case with freight cars too. It's been that way for ages. And it used to be the same for names, but unfortunately they changed that. And so I have a save where all the rail cars have really fancy names, but I can't use them anymore because it got bugged out, it glitched out, and it doesn't look good anymore. Wouldn't be surprised if it's snowing on Halloween here. Lucky. We barely get snow until it's like February, and then we get hit with a snowstorm that requires us to shut down the entire city because we never are prepared for snow. I'm once again joining hours late to say choo choo. Hello, Stuke. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. A good thing, a worthwhile thing to say. You see, we're going to be even less prepared this year. The ODOT budget got cut, so they have even fewer resources for snow removal. No, I didn't see that. Oh boy. That's gonna be fun. It's also gonna be super cozy. It's always fun just sitting in these snowstorms. Just getting a cup of hot cocoa, turning on the fireplace. It's a blast. Said in past years they can usually plow the major highways 4 times a day, but this year they'll only be able to support maybe once a day. Yeesh. Well, just borrow some more from some more snowplows from Vancouver. God, building in the dark is going to be a fun experience. I have consigned myself to a horrid fate. Nice thing about being a food hoarder, getting snowed in is not that much of an inconvenience. We don't really hoard food, but I think we'd be able to survive for like a week without having to deal with the horrible snowstorm. We've got a good amount of food. Also, we're not too far from Winco and Fred Meyer's, you know. Last year was like 100 degrees until October 18th or 19th, and then the weather said, screw you, fall, and went straight to 3 inches of snow. Nice. Apparently we're getting a bunch of snow here in New York State for Halloween. Ooh. You know, that's the scary thing, knowing that the one Christmas song is already defrosting on Halloween, and there's actually an excuse for it this time. Okay, maybe I'm not going to build a Y the way I was planning to. Over here, a foot of snow is considered light. See, over here, a millimeter of snow is considered light. You know, maybe I should just skip to morning, just so I don't have to deal with the night. Gameplay, let's go ahead and set it to 600. Back in Salem, there was a day my school got canceled because of an eighth of an inch of snow that was gone before the school day even started. One thing I miss about the Pacific Northwest is how long the fall is. It's nice, man. It's excellent. It's not too hot. You don't have to deal with the summer heat, but it's not too cold. You don't have to deal with the brain. Yeah, you don't have to deal with the freezing temperatures of winter very often. You just get spring, where you get all the rain in the world, summer, where you die of heat stroke, fall, where you get all the rain in the world, and winter, where you freeze to death. But winter's only like a month long. That does remind me, though, I do have to start preparing for winter, because my father and I are planning to go out to a train show in January up at the Expo Center. So I got to start preparing for that in a way. It's a little early, I know, but these shows, you have to sign up for them early. And also, we always try and make sure we're a little over-prepared. Hey, maybe you should see if that Owen 30 Club is going to the show. Join in just to run trains. If you want a long fall, just play Stardew. That game gives cozy vibes 100% of the year. Yeah, aside from the part where I swear myself out so much that YouTube demonetizes me because I can't catch a single fish. Had to book early for next year's Garden Railway show in my original hometown as it takes place in May. For us, we booked late last year and we actually didn't get in because the floor plan had already been decided. And so we got kind of screwed over. We still got into the show and had a fun time. But we didn't get exhibitor passes and we didn't get to run our trains. We just had to look at the cool stuff. And unfortunately, there were some really good ON30 deals at that show, and I didn't pick them up because I wasn't into ON30 at that time. There was a Shay for like 100 or 200 bucks, I want to say. DCC sound, maybe 300. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully that retailer's back again next year, and I can grab some good deals on some good locomotives. Let's go for 250 meters. Radius, too, because why not? Bam. Is anyone's thoughts on train museums? Depends on the museum, really. Defines as a hardcore save for Railroads Online. Just tuned in. The map I'm playing on has very harsh industry placements. And this was done before you could just place industries wherever using the tools that the game provides. This map does not try to be fair. It pulls no punches. Or it pulls all punches? I don't know. Hilariously, I don't think we're going to get to see any of the super difficult industries this stream because I'm probably going to finish it after, or I'm going to stop the stream once we get a train down here. But just look at where the freight depot is. Look at where the coal mine is. Look at where the logging camp is. This map is unfair in the best way possible. Pulling a punch means a softer punch, I believe. Okay, okay. So we're currently building to the oil field. We've actually connected it up to the main network. I just need to cut down all these trees. And then we need to go back to spawn and pick up a couple of tank cars. Because I don't think I'm going to have the energy to build to the freight depot today. I think that's going to be too tall of an ask, considering how high up off the ground it is. Been listening while finishing my Reading and Lehigh wide vision caboose. Nice, nice. Fun fact, or actually random question for you guys, chat. Does anybody know of a bay window caboose on the narrow gauge? I saw a model for one recently, and I was wondering if it was based off a prototype or just a freelance thing that somebody made. Picking up Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I've been binging it and it's amazing. It might top Yoshi's Island as my favorite 2D platformer of all time. I will, but I'm not going to pick it up till Monday, I think, at the earliest. And I'm also saving up to try and get a DCC and sound decoder for a locomotive we have for the Uintah layout. So I might be focusing on that a little more. But it looks pretty good. It looks pretty cool. It's nice to see a 2D Mario game after all these years, an original one. And I've been hearing that it's the reason that they added in the Dark Souls-esque system to help out teammates is because the game was actually so difficult to the developers that they wanted something to make it more casual, but didn't want to damage its difficulty. So that sounds really promising to me. If the game is hard enough that the developers added in an extra feature just to make it more casual, I am excited to see what kind of difficulty it throws at you in an interesting and fun, challenging way. Found an 0-30 Betsy going for only $70 on eBay, but the bid ends while I'm in school. I've seen that one. I was considering grabbing it, honestly. I have an idea for an 040 or an 042, but then again, there is that 042 that I can buy internationally. That would probably be cheaper. So, when the guy who made the map doesn't have the energy, you know it's bad. Wouldn't be surprised if they existed. I wouldn't be surprised either, but it feels like something that wouldn't happen on the narrow gauge at the same time, you know? Because I'm thinking, TK donated a, in TK's donation, he had a caboose, Thomas Kincaid caboose, and instead of trying to completely repaint that thing, I thought it would be more fun to replace the caboose with a wooden kit. And for some reason, this guy who makes these wooden kits for 20-foot cabooses that go on the Bachmann caboose chassis, one of them is a bay window caboose. I don't know why. Does look pretty good, though, even if it's not necessarily the most realistic thing. Gonna use the normal coffin or Greg tankers? I would prefer to use the normal or the coffin, honestly. But I think I might be locked into using the Greg, unfortunately, just because of how this save is going. But with the cordwood, it's not that bad. With this, spotting the cars to load is gonna be a headache. Okay, let's see here. How much money do we have? Only $747. I'm gonna have to cheat in some stuff. Either that, actually, or just deliver goods. Okay. So now, if this is like that. Once almost lined to 84 of the Greg tankers up to load them with crude. Yeah, but just because you've done it doesn't mean I want to. That sounds like a nightmare. I will happily abstain from loading that many cars. 6 would be more than I want to do. Those tankers carry 2 oil each. I know, and that's the reason I hate them, because you have to spot them so frequently. Fortunately, they're quick to load, but God. Where's the tender? We had a derailment, Mario. We kind of completely bend it. This is a 30-meter curve over here on the Y, and I didn't brake in time. Speaking of brakes, let's go ahead and set some on these cars real quick. That one's off the track, but hopefully that won't be a problem. And a wagon came off as well. Yes, the wagon derailed due to compression, hilariously enough. It was because we were braking too hard, not because we were going around the curve too fast. Which is really funny to me. Alright, and donk. Link. Pull forwards a little bit. Great, TK. Now you just got me wanting to get that 1042 that I keep mentioning that I found for super cheap. For like 110 bucks. Man. Do I really need to buy it just so I decorate another locomotive that I'm... Anyways, I think we are going to not modify this train at all in its current setup and loadout. Aside from the part where I think we might be so long that we can't reach all the loading docks that we need to here. Hold on. We can back it in. That might help. Do it. I don't have the money, man. I really need to get a job of some kind outside of YouTube. Maybe something part-time, but just anything to get more revenue to fund my train addiction. Can you not sell spare parts like an arm? I don't know. Or a foot, or... I mean, I am selling some stuff to one of the Discord members, but Johnny's taken his time on getting all the stuff he needs, getting the money. Kind of lost his job, so I can't blame him, but... I probably could sell some of my N-Scale collection, but at the same time, I don't want to part ways with it. Tax evasion is always an option. See, that's the thing. I haven't... it's not taxes that are the problem here. It's just I don't have cash. I mean, I do have cash, but it's cash I also don't want to spend at the same time. Making a career out of YouTube is really impressive in its own right. It is, aside from the part where I barely make any money. This is not a very well-paying job, unfortunately. One thing I was considering doing, actually, was getting a vending machine and using that as a source of passive income, but it's not exactly cheap to do. You could try donating blood or something. I donated blood to plasma one time and they gave me like $60 for it. I think I have the rare blood type that is actually like really useful because it's a universal blood type. Whatever, it's like O positive, O negative, or whatever it is. I believe I do have that. But so maybe that is an option. Vending machines aren't that profitable. Yes, they aren't that profitable, but they're probably more profitable than the amount of money I'm making off of YouTube. I'm gonna be honest here. I'm making so little. Alright, so I'm thinking for these cars, I'm gonna load 3. Two with lumber. No, 3 with lumber, 2 with beams. That way we can deliver a good amount to the whatchamaplace, to the refinery, and also a good amount to the ironworks. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably actually reload my save. Because I don't want to... I want to have normal deliveries, not double deliveries. I just realized that the game still has that bug going around. Have you thought about putting down signs for the curves on the Y to denote max speed limit? Might stop accidents. I don't think it's going to help because it's really just me being unobservant and unattentive. I put down signs for my curse, then I ignore them. That's a mood. I set the speed limits, therefore I can break them if I want to. I can also break my kneecaps. Oh yeah, and here's, what is this one? Hardline. Good old little Eureka, which they still haven't made an actually worthwhile locomotive. Man, okay. I need to stop thinking about the 042. I'm looking at these sugarcane cars and I keep thinking about it and I'm like, no, stir, you don't need it. You don't need to spend that money. Actually, no, wait. I could try and sell it on eBay. I could repaint it and then it'd be like, well, I don't need this engine anymore. There you go. That's how I could save money. 042 is probably yours for a couple of pints of that rare blood. You know, true. Let me just go down to the local hospital real quick. Feeling generous despite spending $60 on Mario. Hey, that money will go for Mario then, you know? Because I do want to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and I know you like it a lot, so I'll put those $5 to good use, making sure I play that game. Because I think Super Mario Bros. Wonder is like the first game in a couple of years I've actually been like hyped for. Not super hyped, admittedly, but you know, maybe we'll have to stream it. Do a bonus stream on Monday or something like that. Play Super Mario Bros. Wonder for the first time live to the world. Alright, clear of that track. It is time for full steam ahead, everybody. Actually, wait, hold on. Wait, no, I do want to do this. I was gonna say, I was gonna say that I should grab tank cars, but no, I don't need tank cars yet. I don't need tank cars yet. I'll grab them when I have the money to get them. From my experience, it's best going in completely blind. You won't regret it. Fortunately, it's easier to go in completely blind in a Mario game because, you know, it's like the story. Oh no, Bowser has done evil again. Like it's not the most detailed story, you know, so you don't need to worry about getting spoiled for that. And it's hard to get spoiled on individual level designs, you know? So it shouldn't be too hard for me to, maintain my blind nature. Oh no, Bowser! What the heck? I was reading chat, game. You really gonna... Oh, they threw a tree in my face. Because apparently it didn't cut it down. Do we have an autosave? Please tell me we have an autosave. Please. Anything? Something? Maybe? Oh, we do have an autosave. Okay, we're good. We're good. I'm not redoing that. Wah wah. Lorex strikes again. Lord. Alright, let's redo this. Let's make it so industries are hard. We'll go ahead and we'll load the autosave. I thought I cut that thing down. I thought I was adamant, but apparently I was not very good at this. Alright, so we do have to reload all this, which is a little bit annoying, but better than, having to re-rail all of those cars. Is realistic not harder than hard mode? No, realistic is harder than hard. It's just that for the industries right now, I set it to hard because I like doing medium. Problem is, medium acts as though it was easy. Easy acts as though it was super easy, and hard acts as though it was medium because of a bug in the game right now that duplicates the loads that you deliver. So... And while that loads, let's go ahead and run to the other side of the world and grab ourselves the, that tree. Get that thing out of the way. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and be careful and just make sure that there's no trees in the tracks anywhere. Just to be doubly sure. Gotcha, I thought you said it hard because, you know, hardcore. You know, that would be a good reason, but honestly, it's kind of a pain playing with hard normally. Because it just takes forever to load any of the industries and keep the chain going. So you find yourself doing logs a million times over before you get anything done. Oh god, another one? The thing I do like seeing is people having independent companies for a couple of the industries, like from the log camp to the sawmill is different. That is very fun to see. Very inefficient, but very fun. Man, you guys should see my original world where I tried to be the most efficient person ever. See the double track nightmares, the cars that have exploded because of the spline update. Good times, good stuff. Alright, I think that means that that is complete. So let's go ahead and commit run train. Well, actually not commit run train. Commit load train. Again. Current playthrough has only 4 locos, and that almost feels like too many. Honestly, I generally think that you really only need the 1. Maybe 2 for variety's sake, but... Oh, come on, game. Did you really just load that car with the beam? My OCD is gonna kill me. My first world is painful to look at. I sucked at track building and hardly understood grades. Mine is actually really good. I bought the game specifically because I understood grades. And I wanted the Spike Khan. Because, you know, he didn't like the Eureka, and I thought the Eureka was pretty. And also a pretty good locomotive, but he didn't. So I built a massive world with massive yards. Reversing loops everywhere that it was physically possible. But for the iron mine routes and coal mine routes, I actually built Heisler and Climax route. And basically said that those engines were on their own dedicated lines. I even... I had a Y at one point that had a 90-degree crossing in it on the Heisler routes. Really bad at track laying, which is why I don't have or play railroads online. You know, understandable, understandable. You know, maybe to end the stream, that's what we'll do. I'll go ahead and show you guys the old save that I made. So I've still got that thing floating around somewhere. Unfortunately, I lost some data for it. I lost the coal mine connection, but oh well, that's just life some days. Oh, hold on. There is. I will be back in a second. I'm gonna do this while I'm still. Alright, we're back. Kind of. Okay. Got a package in the mail. The, the pilot thing has arrived finally. Unboxing stream. Let's go. ASMR. Stir opens a package. Okay, that's one side open. There's the invoice. And here's the Shapeways part. And here's an opportunity for me to save the game so that we don't derail. Or in case that we do derail, you know, we don't, we can easily just get back to where we were before. Well, that's exciting because it means that I can start working on finishing up the Mogul this next week. I can finally get the industrial vibes I've been looking for. Let's hope we're not running behind schedule here. Oh, don't worry, we are. We derailed, we've died. We are 100% running behind schedule here. We're in the movie Groundhog Day, we're experiencing the same thing over again. You know, true, true. Alright, full steam ahead, boys. Let's roll. You're so concerned about timetables, just add in a few hours for derailment. It's like the wiggle room that Amtrak has for lateness. But instead it's just us being like, oh yeah, the train's gonna arrive in 2 days, because it might have derailed. We're not entirely sure yet. The amazing sky bridge, everybody! The random floating bridge in the middle of nowhere. To include derailments in the timetable, it's an intended part of the route. Exactly, exactly. Oh, this is actually a good photo opportunity. There we go, that's good. Those are some good shots. It's not, I repeat, it has not been a tally hall day. It has rained more this one day than it has in the past 3 months combined. Wow. My sky bridge is just a bunch of turntables. I mean, that it is an effective way of getting a sky bridge done. Doesn't look as pretty, but it works. What the heck? Oh no, wait. No. You've got to be kidding me. I really didn't notice this. Oh my god. Well, okay, you know what? That's a derailment. That's on me. I'm gonna rerail that. The dangers of building your switches like I have. How did you not derail? Oh, I totally derailed. I mean, look at these cars. Oh, Lord. We did only derail 3 cars, though. All things considered, that's really impressive. Okay, never mind. 4 cars. That's still really impressive, though. We take that. We take those. Alright, so this is logging flat. That is an empty car. We can put it over here. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Well, one of them isn't. It's got lumber on it, so we'll re-rail her over here. Then we will quickly unload. Can I unload? Hello? Oh, those are beams, not lumber. Okay, never mind. We're not unloading that then. I see, I see. Then we'll grab this, which I know is pipes. Put that over here. That will unload for sure. I love how the coal doesn't rotate with the derailed car, so it's just a plane of floating coal. I know, it's kind of annoying, honestly, how the coal plane just stays upright constantly. Because if you're on like a 2% grade, you can see it. It's stupid. Alright, handbrake 1. Brake 2. Wait, did this uncouple every car? Okay, good, and didn't. I was gonna be so miffed if it uncoupled every car of the train. Okay, so to make this a little faster, put this car back here. Now, where did I put the empty flat car? Hello? There was an empty flat car around here somewhere, right? Oh, there it is. Okay, good, good. Whew. Plop that down over here. Lincoln pin. Handbrake. And at this rate, we're going to be here till the 4-hour mark with how many times I'm derailing today. Should invest in making all your wheels out of neodymium magnets. Very true, very true. Wait, I put that flat car in the wrong position. I just realized. Flat car is supposed to go here. There we go, much better. Stream is playing up for me, like the movie? Why the heck is it playing that hit Pixar film from like 2012 or whatever? I'll show myself the door. Oh, I double linked that. Whoops. The real stream is never gonna give you up. The Rick Astley paradox. By not giving you up, he's letting you down. Oh, I didn't realize that I uncoupled from that. Whoops. Oh, well, that's fine. Let's remove the pin. Leave the handbrake on full. Alright. Handbrakes on, coupler out. Want a Lincoln pin in that. Sir, important question. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A good question. I have spent years as a child thinking about it, and I've forgotten what the answer is. According to Google, about 700 pounds. No, there's a secondary response to it. I just don't remember what that secondary response is. Like, it's a call-in response of some kind. Major discrepancies there? Exactly. How the heck did one person get 200 and another get 700? Those are some pretty big statistical outliers, if you ask me. As much wood as woodchuck could chuck, yeah, if a woodchuck could chuck wood, or something like that. Exactly. Glad at least somebody remembers it vaguely, because I didn't. A woodchuck would chuck as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck. Woof. Wait, I think you put a typo in there. Yes, you very much did. How much woof could a woofchuck chuck? There you go. New version, special made for furries. Being slowly run over by the nostalgia train, thinking about elementary school now. I don't really remember elementary school well enough. All I remember is that I was a cringy little toddler, basically. Very dumb. I mean, weren't we all? That is very true, but it doesn't mean I'm proud of me being dumb, you know? Doink. We did sort out the coupler there. Okay, perfect, perfect. How much Greg could Glenbrook pull if Glenbrook could pull Greg? You got, instead of saying pull, say grapple. It's not quite as fluid in the wording, but it's more of a tongue twister that way. More G's to slip people up. Link? No link. Okay, that's sad. Bang. How many Gregs would again Glenbrook gather if a Glenbrook could gather Gregs? Are there any preserved Gregs? Did somebody actually keep those cars around? Because if so, we might have an answer. Oh, we ran out of speed. I was hoping to keep doing that weird seizure thing for a little bit, just for fun. Oh well. Donk. Alright, and then we just need to pull forward, unload our 2 cars of lumber, and then we head downhill full steam. Well, maybe we might have to head downhill at partial steam before we jump the tracks. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. Full steam ahead! You sure? You're right. 712 steam ahead. Slow to 1/2 impulse power. Let's be. That sounds like a line out of Star Trek. Specifically, I don't know why. I feel like that's from Deep Space Nine. Spin up to the FTL. Man, now you just got me wanting to play FTL faster than light. That's such a fun game. It's from Star Trek. The Wrath of Khan. Okay, okay. You know, it's always so weird that they brought back Genghis Khan after killing him off in the second season, but, you know, sometimes the creative showrunners just run out of ideas. Alright, save. We want Hardcore 13. Mine was from BSG? I don't remember BSG. It's actually from Shallow Space 7. It's a little kiddie pool, basically. Battlestar? Don't know this Star Trek show. Unless you're talking about something that's not a Star Trek show, in which case I don't remember that one either. Genghis Khan in Star Trek would have been way easier to defeat than Khan inside. Battlestar. Oh, okay, okay, that makes more sense. You know, I don't really hear anybody ever talk about Battlestar Galactica. It's usually Star Trek or Star Wars. Typically Wars over Trek, but I know a couple of people who really like Star Trek. But I feel like the last time I heard somebody talk about Battlestar Galactica was at a birthday party a few years ago. Everybody wanted to play a board game together. And it was way too complicated for me to really be interested. Star Wars isn't even sci-fi, it's just fantasy and space. Yeah, but it's still got sci-fi elements to it, you know? Occasionally. And it's still sort of in this category of well-known sci-fi adjacent media. Star Wars steals everyone's thunder. You know, very true. It is the reason I got the username I have now, after all. Star Wars is Harry Potter, but lasers. That is kind of true. Has sci-fi elements, but that only goes so far. It's still sci-fi flavored fantasy IMO. Well, that's why I call it sci-fi adjacent. In the public conscious, it is still viewed as sci-fi, even if it really is fantasy within a sci-fi setting, you know? Because, yes, the Force! That is so sci-fi, right, guys? The Jedi, their lightsabers and swords that they use. Hello, Colorado. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I might have to rework this piece of track over here. I can see the groundwork sticking out. Alright, boys. Or at. We are making it to the place, to the thing. Star Wars came out before Harry Potter, so Harry Potter is Jedi Academy without space. Very true. J.K. Rowling secretly ripped off George Lucas, not clickbait. Stupid heart thing blocks chat. I hate it. Yeah, there's a reason that I got a I used something to block that heart. I used a tool that blocks out individual elements of pages. Because it is very nice being able to read what you guys actually are trying to tell me when you're trying to tell it to me, rather than realizing 5 minutes later that I couldn't read it because the heart was blocking me. Alright, oil field, baby. We have pipes, we have tools, we have beams. We have all we need to unload here. So there's the pipes. I think we're gonna do tools, and then we're gonna have to reverse the train and do beams and other, like backing in the beams. Because I don't think we exactly have enough room to pull the beams forwards here. Okay, unload. We're gonna have a good amount of money by the end of this, I think. Hopefully we'll have enough to buy, I think, well, no, we'll need $2,400 to buy 6 tankers, but... Speaking of sci-fi, I have a thing I want to write, but still haven't because lazy and ADHD. That is a mood. My life in a nutshell right there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to clear the Y here and actually make the train fit around, but the only way to try, or to learn, is to actually try, so... Versus me, who has written like 60 pages on the history of a fictional railroad. I just decide, oh, don't worry, I've done the same. I maybe haven't written 60 pages, but I've definitely written up a good bit about the Willamette and Port Carity. Speaking of writing, I'm finally getting vaguely close to being done with my first novel, the one I shared with you. Ooh, nice, nice. Sorry I haven't been able to give more comments. I hope the ones I gave at first kind of gave a general direction for you to follow. I really hope, because I don't know if they did. I can't know if they did. I do need to work more on No Home for a Hero. That thing has sat rusting for too long. Has the table taken more shape yet? Yes, it has. We've actually cut out the foam. We just need to work on actually getting some more wood pieces, because we got a lot of wood, but we didn't get the right kind to make the ends of the modules work right. So we're going to need to go back to the drawing board for a little bit, but it's coming along. We have been able to lay trains out and see how they look in combination with one another in the general track plan. Is there a porter yet in your collection? No. Those things are so pricey, man. We talked about it earlier a little bit. I'm thinking of... I keep considering getting one like a... there's an 042 for around 110 bucks, including shipping. But I kind of want to save my money for more important things than another porter or another locomotive that I'm probably not going to use on the main layout. Though it could be fun to grab for a micro layout. Ones you gave were very helpful. I've actually gone back and changed a few sections based on your comments. Nice, nice. Glad to hear that. I'm trying to remember exactly what I commented. I think it was... most of what I talked about was repetition. But also, wasn't there something about pacing? I don't remember. How big is it going to be? It is going to be 6.5 by 7 feet, L-shaped. I've actually shared a few pictures on the Discord a couple of months back of an earlier design that was 6 by 6.5. 24 inches wide at its widest point. 18 inches wide for the most part. Plus, there were some bits that I wrote while extremely tired, so those got reworked quite a bit. Don't worry, that's just part of the writing experience. Oh god, wait, NaNoWriMo is next month. Oh lord. Do I dare try my hand? What is it going to be primarily based off of? Mining, passenger, goods, freight? You'll see. You will find out as the project progresses. Mining would be fun, but I think I'm going to save that for a layout for Snickerdoodle, honestly. For a micro layout. Haven't heard that name in forever. I try and do it every year. I've never succeeded. The most I ever got was 20k words. Which isn't bad, you know, but also like 50k is what they want you to do, so only 40% of the way there. Well, I was up and running, do a better job driving the trains than you did when we were cleaning up the line to my base. Don't worry, I'll derail them all instantly. It'll be great. It'll be a cakewalk. I'll destroy all my switches in a week. Alright. Keep her going. So in a moment here, we are going to save the game and quit. But I did say earlier that I would show off my first save. So you'll never guess what I'm gonna load up. All right, 18 grand ain't bad. Almost 19 grand. Let's go ahead. Save this as hardcore 13. Confirm, back, leave session. I think I have a folder that still has the save on it. Let's see here. RRO temp saves. Where the heck? Do I have it here somewhere? I think I do. Did you just pass saves named D&T Parkour? Yes, it stands for Death and Taxes. Because it's what you try and jump over to survive. Okay, this seems... Okay, so this is a custom map. Back, yeah, this is Mountaineer. Back before the save formats changed. Okay, that's not the one we want. I think this is it. I hope. Maybe. Um, considering that we just heard a loud explosion, I'm pretty certain this is it. Oh no, this is Pegger. Dang it. Alright, which one? Which save is this? Three maybe? Slot 3 perhaps? ASMR Stir attempts to find his OG save. Oh, this is Oatman and Stagfield. Right. No. You know, maybe I need to load these up in Studio just so I can see. Hold on. Aha! Slot 4 is the slot. Okay. Oh wait, no, it's not the slot. No, damn. That's not it either. Oh, that's the fun map. Hey, by the way, for those of you who channel supporters, tier 2 subs, I may or may not have a game show for us to play eventually. Okay, so it's not... If it's not there, where the heck is it? Is it in here? No. No. Oh my gosh, where is this save? No, that's not it either. That is it. No, wait, no, that's not it. That's... oh god, that's that map. That's another fun one to maybe look into. That one's not it. Oh my god, how long is this gonna take? Oh, there. Found it. Let's go. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to read chat for a little bit, but I finally found it. Right there. I don't know if the splines are gonna load correctly. We got it, boys. Small problem, though. My game is frozen. And it's going to be frozen for like an hour. Because the save takes legitimately 10 minutes to load. Oh, nope, nope, we're getting in. We're getting in. Oh my god, wait. What happened to the trackage? What happened to these splines? Oh my god, look at how they massacred my boy. Holy cow. Well, welcome to the beauty that is the original railroad I built. I swear I didn't lay the tracks out like this. Unfortunately, we don't have telegraph offices because this is so old. You know, maybe I need to do a live stream one of these days where I restore this world to its former glory. Rather than having it look like this. Oh my god. Railroads Online Extended Teleport. I would have to restart my game. Railroads Online is bugging out or Extended is bugging out right now. Trust me, if I could, I would. The bridge here, the supports were spaced differently. And so that there was this opening segment over the tracks. God, this is such a mess. My game is lagging. I can feel it. But you can see how many tracks I built. Because I used to build tracks. Way too many tracks. And you'll be able to see just how much over here. Assuming the yard is still intact. For that spot, use the truss bridge over the track. I think it's at a 3% uphill. If it's not, though, absolutely, 100%. God, this really does feel like an AI generated meme. Oh my god, what did they do to the yard? What is this curve? They really did massacre my boy. Hey, and there's a train down here. I would try and drive it, but I know we can't. I do remember... No, there wasn't a slip track over there, though. The slip track was over here. Also, look at how many rails I had loaded. Rails and beams, or not beams, raw iron. Yeah, there's a reason I don't like running long trains anymore. We had a full-on reversing loop. This track was supposed to go in front of the iron pits. How the heck is it not in front of the iron pits anymore? What the heck is... Why is it going off to the left here? I know that we had a separate segment over here, but what? This is certainly one way to explore an old save. I don't remember laying this. What the heck? You know what? Instead of trying to show you guys through this, I can actually show you guys through Studio. Hold on. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Center it, and presto. Here's how it was supposed to look. Kinda doesn't really look quite as good as it used to, huh? God, look at this deformed balloon up here, though. What is this? I actually really like how the yard turned out over here. That I'm proud of that. And this arrangement, it's very weird, but it's very efficient, and I liked running it back in the day. The logging camp even had its own big thing. It used to have a line that went all the way up this route over the mountain and down again at like a 2% grade, but I realized that it just was inefficient. It was like, obviously we're going the weird distance, but like, why have a separate route for cordwood that takes longer to do when I've already got a double track main line, you know? Also, look at that S-bend. What is this? What abomination did I create back in the day? I don't... Yeah, this version doesn't go to the coal mine, unfortunately, but it does go to the iron mine. Which was just supposed to be served by climaxes and heislers and nothing more. And you can see... Bridge. Everybody's favorite bridge of doom. That was a nightmare to build. Then we actually had a huge yard over here with 2 reversing balloon loops. Double track everywhere. So yeah, there you go. Enjoy looking at this horrible abomination. And with that, I think I've streamed for long enough today. It's been almost 4 hours. And it's been fun. Thank you all for joining. And I hope you enjoyed. I am going to go work on the 260 because we now have that shapeways part, and I really want to complete that thing. So, see y'all around. Have a good one. Blah, blah, yada, yada. all the usual leaving stuff. Cheers, folks.